Hello again. Conkers on this tree coming on nicely. Anyway, again, unfortunately not the best weather, but it's not as bad as yesterday, so we just make the best of it. I think I'm going to get out and try and do what I want to do, what I need to do, what I plan to do, even if I just don't do quite as much of it and it's not quite as sunny as I might like. So what's the news? Well, drop Mum up at the hairdressers for a perm so she can feel semi-human again, and pick her up later. Hello train, didn't know you were coming. Whee! Managed to get the cover off the pond successfully. I'll just cut over into a little clip of it now. Yeah, it wasn't a major thing, it's just I have a chap come round every so often, about 4 times a year. Once a year he scrubs the entire thing out, then the other times he just does the filters and makes sure that the pumps are working, and that was the appointment yesterday, so all good to report on that. So I've now got nigh on 2 hours to myself, which is great, before I have to go and pick up Mum or get home so she can contact me to pick her up. But that's okay. Like I say, it's not the sunshine I was hoping for, but as long as it's not raining, I can get some steps in today. That'll be wonderful. Of course, as you might guess, I am indeed heading along the seawall today, but I'm not sure if I'm going all the way, so to speak. Let's go and get going. And it's a nice peaceful day today, relatively calm sea. So I've taken the wind blocker off, must remember to speak up. Didn't quite get it out in time then. Never mind. I put the wind blocker back on as well. There's one coming up in the distance. We'll get that when it arrives. Well, here we are at Sprey Point, and Colin from Canada asked me, why do I always walk clockwise around Sprey Point? I said, oh, it's a really, really good reason. He said, what's that? I said, I haven't got a clue. So, habit. So I said I would do a anti-clockwise walk today around Sprey Point, just for Colin. Looks nice up there though, Teignmouth way, Dawlish Warren. Quite a bit of sun by the look of things, but always grass always looks greener, doesn't it, when you look somewhere else. Anyway, this is Sprey Point in the opposite direction. All good fun. And there we go, Sprey Point in the anti-clockwise direction. Exciting stuff on this channel, isn't it? It's what you tune in for. Well, I wasn't going to walk the entire length, but I think I will while I've got the chance. I'm not going to make a meal of it filming wise though, if that makes sense. Any trains come, I'll grab them. If not, we'll just see where we end up. I heard a happy train at Sprey Point. Oh yes, Whee! And a slight rarity, we have a boat moored out next to the Parson and the Clerk. Which brings me quite nicely onto my next then and now. Well, kind of a then and now anyway. If you remember Dan, who sent me those lovely pictures of the pier, he also sent me a couple of pictures he'd taken of the Parson, or Shag Rock as it's also known, which he took himself pre-2003, when he was out on a boat, obviously. So here we go, a couple of shots from Dan. So there we go, that's what it looks like up close from the sea, pre-2003. Oh yes. Good old salty dog. Oh yes. Right, heading back. Tiny little dribble at the waterfall. Never mind. So small, I didn't even hear it coming up behind me. What a shame. Well, there we go, that's the seawall part of the walk, done and dusted. Gonna head along now, see if we can find the location of that Victorian shelter that was taken down on the seafront and never replaced. Yep, I'll agree with all that again. Lovely. So here we go. Going to jump into another picture from Dan. And it's going to show, kind of, if you imagine looking straight through the kayak cab the Victorian shelter that used to be over there, which is right in the centre of the picture now. You'll also notice that the pavilions isn't built, and you can also see the Royal Hotel. Well, there we go, it would have been over there. Let's say it was demolished so that the view, the council-owned building, could have a better view of the seafront. But let's just go and try something a little bit different, see if we can get a better look at it from doing something else. Anyway, going to drop you a little clip from the old Norman Wisdom film now, where he comes along here, goes along the seafront, goes right past that shelter. What we do is I'll run the film, and when we get to that shelter, I'll freeze frame and tell you a little bit more about what I'm thinking. Here you go. Okay, so there's the shelter in all of its glory, as I remember it. Other things of note are the two-way traffic along the upper den carriageway, along with the pier sign, which is painted white on red, as opposed to the modern day when it's red lettering on a white background. Anyway, I'll run the rest of the clip. Take note the next time that you see a shelter, it is the one that's further along, but then all of a sudden he's back at this one here for its third appearance, and then he goes straight onto Shoulden Bridge. What? Yep, magic of film, eh?
Closing on him, that's it, closing, go on. No, go on, you're dropping behind a bit now.
There we go, that's roughly where it would have been in the freeze frame. Shall we watch the clip again without me stopping it? Yeah, why not?
Closing on him, that's it, closing, go on. No, go on, you're dropping behind a bit now.
And there we go, that's the twin shelter, exactly the same that you saw in that clip as well. All good. And that's not been a terrible walk overall, by any stretch of the imagination. Certainly got some steps in doing the Seawall part, so I like doing it as well. So time to start making my way back now. So I'm there when the mother rings up. Oh, I can go and get her. Oh yes, can't leave her up at the hairdressers, can I? Not just frowned upon, that is frowned upon. Quick shot of the triangle, fountain, coasters up ahead as I walk through on my way back up home. And something is taking place in the triangle, not quite sure what it is, but they're erecting two scaffolding poles and they've got a load of sound equipment by the look of things. Like I say, not exactly sure what they're doing, but they're doing something. And I've just noticed Beerbury's has changed to Big K's Convenience. That's new to me, never seen that before. There we go, another name change. It's been Teen News, it's been Beerbury's, it's been Maynard's, lots of different names over the years. Now it's Big K's. It looks like I'm going to be sat in traffic when I have to go and pick up Mother, but that's okay. Anyway, that brings me to the end of my walk on a cloudy, cooler day in Teignmouth. Hope you enjoyed the Seawall. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of Norman Wisdom. And hope to see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You're great. Bye.